All right, how's it going? I've not got time to introduce myself today and tell you how my name's spelt and stuff like that. I just don't have the time because I've got a huge job on. We're going to be taking out these things today, and the bloke that was working here before me he was a big, strong, sort of good-looking chap, but he was an alcoholic and he's left it in an absolute shit state, so he's got the sack. And now I'm going to work here, and I'm going to be doing a much better job on. I quickly tidied up the mess that was left by probably the strongest, most handsome man I've ever seen. We're going to start off by taking out the shit gobbler. The first thing you want to do is take the toilet's hat off and have a little look inside, just in case there's anything left in there. And we got fucking lucky today. We found 3 delicious golden yolkers. How long does it take to cook a couple of eggs in the air fryer? Cheers. The time it takes to cook eggs in an air fryer depends on the desired level of doneness, but it typically ranges from 8 to 15 minutes. I'll put a couple of eggs in the pubic air fryer, and yeah, I don't know, air fryer is like a new thing for me. This is the second thing I've ever put in it. I'm just learning how it works. Once I'd sent the eggs off into space, it was time for a little bit of water Lego. I pulled out this pipe and water started going everywhere, so I put a block of cheese under it to try and absorb some of the sweet juices. I had a quick check on the eggs, but they didn't look done yet, so I carried on taking the top of the toilet out. I think this is called a sister or something like that. I had a quick check on the eggs again, and then they looked like they were done, so I tried getting them out and putting them on the Chicago Town box, but they were rolling everywhere, so I put them back in the air fryer, and then I took the eggs back out and decided to put them in the box just until they cooled down enough to put up my mouth. But these eggs were certainly too hot at the moment to be putting in my cock taster. They're too hot. Once I'd put on the correct tools for the job, it was time to crack open these delicious eggs. These were honestly probably the nicest eggs I've ever eaten in my life, except for like Easter eggs and that. But these were certainly fresh. Honestly, as far as eggs go, this is probably the freshest egg I've had. It was literally like having my lips around the chicken's arse, and it was just fucking shitting straight into my mouth. I was actually a little bit overwhelmed by how nice these eggs tasted, and like I nearly started crying at one point, but I managed to channel that emotion into a song. Egg. I carried on taking the toilet out, like the actual main bit, the bit where you sit on and spray probably about 3 litres of ginger sludge into. There certainly was a sort of bad diet human shit stench in the air. That was a bit of a mistake. I just poked my head round there to see what was going on and just looked directly at a bit of shit, and then I smelt it. This is my first time ever emptying a toilet, and it's weird because it sounds the same emptying it as it does when you're filling it up with the contents of your arsehole. I tried giving it a bit of a shake, but I think the best method would be to fuck the excess juices out of it. I stuck a block of cheese under the tube to soak up any piss and shit until I got a bag to wrap round it. Well, that's the toilet out, and I think I've done quite a good job. It only took me about 3.5 hours. I've just stopped for a quick non-alcoholic beverage. I popped in to see Shitty Dave this morning to tell him the news about not drinking alcohol anymore, and he fucking went mental. He was like kicking off and that, threatening to fucking shit on my face and stuff. saying he was going to go out of business, but I sort of calmed down the situation and bought this £1 energy drink. It's probably worse for me than a beer, but the shape of it is certainly like a familiar girth to have in my hand. Well, let's open the lips and sniff. Smells nice. Fucking hell. That literally tastes like fucking toilet cleaner or something. That is fucking horrible. Like, I've got a mate who drinks about 4 of these a day. Like, literally cracking one of these open before he goes to bed at night and that. Fucking hell. Shout out to Heart Attack Jack. Well, it's time to take out the kitchen sink. I need to turn these things off first, but I've already turned all the main fluids coming into the house off anyway, but I'm going to turn these off as well. Failing that, I could just cut through the pipe there and stick, that's probably about the thickness of like a pepperami or something like that, so you could always do that. This can certainly be quite a tricky job to do, but luckily I've had quite a lot of experience in being lodged in one place and having to reach around and service another place. You need to be pretty careful because the last thing you want is for something to start gushing all over your face whilst your elbow's deep, with cod liver oil dripping down your wrists. I managed to get the cum disposal unit off the wall in one piece, so I celebrated with another egg. Since I've been working at this place, I've kept forgetting to buy toilet roll. So after releasing a chocolate hostage, I've been using the sink as a sort of bidet to wash away any debris, like chunks of clay and stuff like that, and I've blocked it up a few times. And this is me undoing the waste pipe, and there's a lot more backlog in there than expected. Fucking hell. That smells so bad. The last big job was to take out the bathing facility. I really like a bath. I think they're great, especially if you like lying in a pool of your own filth and then getting out with potentially chunks of your own shit stuck in your beard. There's actually people out there that sell their bath water, and people pay a lot of money for it, and then they probably drink it like soup. And it's something I'd be quite interested in, not buying it, but I'd be interested in maybe reaching out to one of the major soup distribution companies and asking them whether they'd be interested in perhaps doing a cream of FIL, FIL. Well, I think that's enough work for one day. I've just checked the tide times and the tide's right in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to fucking get down there. Woo. I waddled into the sea smelling of other people's and probably a bit of my own shit and piss. This was a fantastic time for me to part my cheeks and serve the fish a nice roast dinner.